Hello, bonjour, this is Jen. Comment ça va? Je vous souhaite la bienvenue sur ma chaîne et bien sûr, je vous souhaite une bonne année 2021. Happy New Year. How is well and safe? Now, I wanted to shoot this video about easy mistakes that I see happening all the time during my conversation with my students to prepare you for the French Leaving Cert Oral. Okay, so I know this is a stressful time, uncertain times, but let's keep going as if everything is going to go according to plan, which means your oral exam will be happening sometime in April after Easter break. And that is actually in, I don't know, 12, 13 weeks time. Anyway, it'll be here in no time. So these are 10 mistakes that I see happening all the time that can easily be avoided, okay? So I know some of you, are looking for expressions and worried about your content and what to say, which is all good and well, but first of all, I want you to avoid making these silly mistakes that I hear all the time, even from my best students. Okay, so ready? Mistake number one is the examiner may ask you, comment allez-vous? And you're just in the room, you're nervous, and you're hearing, comment vous appelez-vous? Okay, mistake number one, comment allez-vous? You answer, je vais bien, merci. Oh, je suis un petit peu nerveuse, mais ça va. And not, je m'appelle, okay? Because you heard comment, and then immediately you assumed, oh, they're asking what my name is. Okay, comment allez-vous? It can very well happen. You answer, je vais bien, ça va bien, and that's it, okay? No need to go on about anything else. Mistake number two, and of course, that's a very common one, yet I keep hearing it again and again and again and again. Quel âge avez-vous? What do you answer? J'ai 18 ans, and not je suis 18 ans. Yes, I know you know that by now, yet that mistakes can easily happen, especially in the middle of the conversation. And usually if you're talking about yourself, you know to say j'ai 18 ans, j'ai 17 ans. But sometimes you might be talking about someone else. You might be talking about, your sister, and the examiner is asking you, oh, quel âge a-t-elle? And in the heat of thing, you'll say elle est instead of elle a. Okay, very small, difficult to hear, but yet that will be counting as a mistake and will cost you marks. So elle a 21 ans and not elle est 21 ans. You could be talking about other people in the plural. Ils ont. Let's say you talk about your twin brothers, for example. Ils ont 10 ans. Or sisters, elles ont, they have. So you have your age in French. You are not your age, if that makes sense. It makes sense to me. J'ai 18 ans. I have 18 years. And don't forget the an at the end, 18 ans. You can't just say j'ai 18. J'ai 18 ans. Okay, mistake number 3. Quel est votre nom de famille? Quel est votre nom de famille? What do you answer to that? Mon nom de famille est O'Sullivan. Mon nom de famille est Martin. Mon nom de famille, c'est O'Connor. And not, oh, il y a 5 personnes dans ma famille. Just because you heard famille, which you recognize as family, votre nom de famille is your surname. Okay, so they might be asking, what is your surname? Quel est votre nom de famille? Different from comment vous appelez-vous? So maybe when you introduce yourself, just say your full name. Je m'appelle Mary O'Connor, par exemple. This way, that gets rid of the chance to be asked about your surname. Talking about family, Ilia. Yes, mistake number 4. I don't know why many of you confuse Ilia and c'est. Completely 2 different things. C'est, C apostrophe EST, c'est, it is. C'est, for example, j'habite à Galway. C'est une ville dans l'ouest de l'Irlande. C'est, it is. I live in Galway. It's a town in the west of Ireland. Completely different from il y a. Dans mon village, il y a 3 écoles. Il y a une église. Il y a translates with there is or there are. Completely different from c'est. Okay? So, il y a, there is, there are. Mistake number 5. A lot of times when I ask, I don't know, how long you've been studying French, for example. In English, you say, I've been studying French for 5 years. J'ai étudié le français pendant 5 ans, and not pour. Okay, so pendant for a length of time. Do not use pour, even though sometimes you can use pour, but in that case, use pendant. Okay, if you're uncertain, just use pendant, which translates with during. Because pour, most of the time, would translate with for, as in order to do something or for someone. So use pendant. J'ai étudié le français pendant 5 ans. J'ai fait du piano pendant 3 ans. J'ai étudié pendant 2 heures. Pendant, and not pour. Mistake number 6. That happens all the time, even though you know it. Mon, ma, mes. Your possessive adjectives need to agree in gender. So my in French will translate with mon or ma or mes. So make sure you use the correct one. Mon père, ma mère, mes parents. Okay, I hear a lot of times, I hear mon mère or yes, Tara, I will answer that in a minute. So, mon mamé. Now, the trick is because école, words like école that starts with a vowel, with the E, or émission, or équipe are feminine words, yet we say mon école because of the vowel. You can't say ma école, even though it is une école. Okay, so mon école, mon équipe, mon émission préférée, yet they are feminine words. Okay, but yeah, just keep that in mind. How much needs to be known to pass the oral for ordinary level? I'm not sure what you're asking by that. Okay, the French oral is worth 25% at the higher level, and it's worth 20% at ordinary level, I believe. Okay, but the format is the same and similar. Okay, so you can use the same material to prepare. Mistake number 7. I don't know why this one happens, but that's one that I hear all the time as well. People get confused with prochain and dernier, or prochaine et dernière. La semaine prochaine means next week. La semaine dernière means last week. For some reason, you tend to mix up the two. Okay, so think of it as prochain or prochaine is the one that's approaching. It hasn't happened yet. When dernière sounds like a bit like derrière, which means behind. Okay, not to confuse the two though. Dernière is last. Okay, so la semaine dernière, last week. La semaine prochaine, next week. Now, this agree with the words. So if you're talking about le mois, masculine, le mois prochain, le mois dernier. L'année, féminine, l'année prochaine, l'année dernière. So, par exemple, for example, vous avez des projets pour l'été prochain? Do you have any plans for next summer? Prochain. So, prochain, prochaine, dernier, dernière, à ne pas confondre. Another common one, mistake number 8. Mon père est ingénieur. Ma mère est professeur. You do not need to put un or in une. You do not need the article in front of the profession. My father is engineer in French. Mon père est ingénieur. Ma mère est professeur. Okay, get rid of the un, une in front of the profession. What's another one? Je regarde un film. Okay, so one of the topics is, you know, your daily life. What do you do when you come home? I come home and I watch telly a little bit. So, regarder la télévision. To watch TV, regarder la télévision. But to watch a film on TV, how do you say that? Je regarde un film à la télévision, à la télé. Je regarde un film à la télé, and not sur la télé, like you would say in English. If you say je regarde un film sur la télé, it sounds like you're sitting on top of the TV watching a movie. Okay? So je regarde un film à la télé, je regarde ma série préférée à la télé. But yes, apparently people don't watch TV anymore. If you're watching on your laptop, je regarde un film sur mon ordinateur. Je regarde un film sur Netflix. Je regarde des vidéos sur YouTube. You're going to use sur, on. D'accord? And dernière erreur, last but not least, this mistake I hear all the time, and it's so easy to make. Again, when you get home, what do you do? And a lot of you say, je mange mon dîner. No, 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 no. French people do not eat their dinner. What do? They take their dinner. Je prends mon dîner. Je prends mon repas du soir. Or you can say je dîne. You can use the verb dîner as a verb. The same way you can say je déjeune. I have lunch. Okay, so je prends mon dîner. Or je dîne en famille, par exemple. If you want to use mange, then je mange. Je rentre chez moi et je mange devant la télé. Or je mange un sandwich. You're going to name something specific that you're going to eat. But not je mange mon dîner. Okay? That's a typical Irish thing to say. Voilà, these are 10 mistakes that I do here all the time. So be aware of them. Practice. I hope that helps. And bon courage pour l'examen oral. Et je vous dis bientôt et à bientôt dans la prochaine vidéo. Bye for now.